I know you were born here in
Yeah.
Glendale, California,
Yes,
and you went
yes.
to the Philippines to pursue your singing career.
Right.
Yeah.
So I was born here in Glendale, California, and I did my singing thing around the valley, dito, around North Hollywood area and Sun Valley area. That's where I grew up. But when I finally got my record deal, it was in the Philippines now. It's 2003. Yeah, and I moved there. I went with my mom and went with my friend Jimmy Muna, and we moved everything there. Mom stayed siguro for mga 1 month muna, just make sure everything is good. Because I was like 22 years old at the time, 2003. Tapos, after that, she left me and I was out in the world just by myself for the first time ever.
Wow.
And it was the greatest experience that I've ever experienced. I wouldn't change a thing. There was a lot of ups and downs, a lot of downs also, pero it doesn't overcome the ups because all the ups and the success that it came with moving to the Philippines, it's priceless talaga.
That is right. So did you request it to your mom? Did you ask her that you wanted to pursue and go to the Philippines? Is that what happened?
No, actually, ayoko pumunta sa Pilipinas. They were making me go to the Philippines. Shout out to Tita Jeline for convincing us to go to the Philippines. And the only reason why I didn't want to go kasi I was born and raised here in America. And before, back in the day when we used to hear about the Philippines, it was just pretty much through word of mouth or the news because there wasn't social media, there wasn't Twitter, there wasn't anything. So when I would hear about the Philippines, it would be negative. It would be like, pag pumunta ka dun,
Papatay.
makikidnap ka dun.
Hold up.
You're gonna be held for ransom and there's guerra dun sa Pilipinas, ganito. So naturally, as an American boy, Filipino-American, parang natatakot ako umuwi sa Pilipinas. I don't want to get kidnapped, So when they're trying to convince me to go to the Philippines, ayoko talaga. Not only that, but because, of course, I'm an artist. And if I got dreams that are big. I grew up in America, and if I want to make it, I want to make it here in Hollywood, right?
That is
So
right.
that's why, that was one of the reasons why I didn't want to go. Pero, finally, when I finally finished some songs professionally done with my group First Impression. We walked into every record label here sa LA. We even we even got picked up in a limousine and flew to New York to meet with these record labels, diba? But the only thing is when we walk into the door, nakita nila kami and they're wondering like, wow, you guys are Asian? Like, we didn't know. We thought that you were black or white because I think we even sent in cassette tapes. We didn't have money back then, so we couldn't print. Mahal pa ang mga printing or like even printing CDs. It wasn't, the technology was very new, so it was very expensive. So we didn't get to send them pictures of us. And when they found out we're Asian, they told us it was declined already. Parang there's no market for Asians, right? So that was kind of like a bummer for us. And it was actually parang a wake-up call na parang, okay, we really have to work harder because we're not going to get the chances of like other people because we're Asian, right? So we really, really worked hard. So by this time, we kept going, and the group First Impression, there was Mike Gabriel, there's Alex Bacani, there's Jimmy Muna, there's Owen Amarao, and then Chris Lawrence joined the group later. But, we kind of broke up kasi everyone got married, other people went to school, ganito. So, nag-solo na ako. And when I went solo naman, that's the time I found, Tita Jeline finally convinced me. And then we gave my music Universal Records. Shout out to Tita Beliatan, the late Tita Beliatan. And then they loved it. They gave me a record deal instantly. And while I was there, nag-meeting din ako with GMA. Tita Jeline brought me over to Miss Wilma Galvante and Darling De Jesus of GMA. And they gave me a TV deal. So sabi ko, I'm gonna move to the Philippines. I got all this stuff. Initially, we went lang for 1 year. Not 1 year. The year before, we went for meetings lang to meet with the record label, with the TV network. And then when I got the deal, I went back home. All my stuff nilagay ko sa mga balikbayan boxes, and I flew with my studio, my little itty bitty studio. That I flew over to the Philippines, and until now I still have all that equipment. But my studio, I just been building it because I've been in the Philippines for 18 years now.
Wow.
Ang daldal ko, I've been talking so much.
No, I love it. I love it.